Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'da, habita fillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As'al Allah kareem rabbil arsh al-azim an yatawallana fi dunya wal akhirah. A question was asked. I'm a high school student, and upon finishing high school, I'm going to travel to Dar Al Hadeeth, Fayoosh. What advice can you give me? First and foremost, habita fillah. As long as you have already made this intention and you have already made preparation, because I have not advised to go to Yemen in quite some time due to the instability and so forth. But if this is your choice and this is what your parents or what your guardians or whoever supports you has deemed is okay, then first and foremost, I would advise you with some important advice that the scholars of Ahlul Sunnah have advised throughout time, and that's first and foremost, make your intention for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to gain ilm al-nafi'ah. Because ilm al-nafi'ah is ilm al-shar'. It's ilm of the Book of Allah and the Sunnah of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. So making sure that you're sincere. And one of the great pieces of advice, because you're going to go study with Sheikh Abdullah Mar'i al-Adani, hafidhullah ta'ala, one of my mashayikh. And his sheikh, Imam Muqbil bin Hadi al-Wadi'i, said, Da'wat Ahl Sunnah da'watun min kitabillah ila kitabillah wa min sunnati Rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam ila sunnati Rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. He said, the da'wah of Ahl Sunnah is the da'wah from the Book of Allah to the Book of Allah, and from the Sunnah of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam to the Sunnah of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. So making sure that your intention is pure in seeking knowledge, and your intention is pure and your understanding of why you're going to seek knowledge and what you're going to do with it and what your call is as a result of that seeking knowledge. The next piece of advice, ahabata fillah, and this was also advice Imam Muqbil bin Hadi al-Wadi'i Allah yarhamahu gave us when we went to Damaj. He said, learn the Arabic language. So gain competency in the Arabic language, but not going so deep, but we'll save that for another discussion. But getting what's going to give you competency so you can understand the Book of Allah, the Sunnah of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the sciences that are related, the sciences of the Sharia. Secondly, Imam Muqbil had also advised us to learn the Quran, to memorize and learn the Book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And third, he said, ibta'id, be away from kathra taqil wa qal. So don't get into get involved in controversy. He said, she said, Sheikh so-and-so said, they're attacking us here, we're attacking them here. Stay away from those discussions, especially when you find other students of knowledge, regardless of where they're from. Don't get involved in those discussions. Stay with Sheikh Abdullah and stay with his mashayikh that he appoints in Dar Al Hadeeth there, because Sheikh Abdullah is not like that, and this is not what he taught us in Dar Al Hadeeth and Shahr. And another piece of advice, I would say, this is what Sheikh Abdullah advised us when we got to Dar Al Hadeeth and Shahr in Hadramaut, because he used to be the sheikh there, but now he is in charge of Fayoosh, where you want to go. He told us and gave us a beautiful story, because several Westerners we had a nice sitting with him, myself, Sheikh Abdullah Luxembourgi, and Sheikh Shakir Kennedy, and some other brothers. And we asked him, we said, Ya Sheikh, what can you advise us on this journey of seeking knowledge? And he was so happy about this. And he said, one of the things he mentioned is avoid the inqita, meaning that you start seeking knowledge and then you take a break or you stop. Because what happens is you'll forget, you'll lose knowledge. Some people have a lot of momentum and then they make this inqita, they stop, and then they lose the benefits of their knowledge. And one of the examples Sheikh Abdullah gave us, he said when he was seeking knowledge in Damaj, he also studied with Imam bin Uthaymeen in Sardiya and others. But he mentioned that when he was in Damaj, there was a talib al-ilm who used to memorize 50 hadith a day. 50 hadith a day. I didn't say 5. I said 50, khamseen, with the isnad. And he said that this, they figured this guy was going to go on to be an alim in the future. He would have so great hifz. But then the issues of the dunya caught up with the brother, and he left Damaj, and life, business, whatever else distracted him. So he forgot his knowledge. He was no longer even on the path of talib al-ilm. Also, Sheikh Abu Salah al-Afghani also gave us some other beautiful examples and advice of the dangers of inqita, and he also gave us a sitting and told us this as well. So one of the things you have to be careful is taking a break from seeking knowledge. And when you're there in Yemen, of course, it'll be easy to stay consistent. Finish books in the Arabic language. Get your competency up. Don't take a break. Memorize what you can of the Quran, and don't take a break, and revise constantly, because talib al-ilm is a continual journey. Lastly, ahabati fillah, as a piece of advice, one of the things the scholars have mentioned in the past, from the Salaf up until now, is al-amal bil-ilm. Al-amal bil-ilm. This is very important. Many of us did not really honestly understand this or realize this. The importance of practicing the knowledge that you attain. So while you're seeking knowledge, even increase your ibadah, increase your taqwa, and you should inherit taqwa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from knowledge. So some of us inherited arrogance. We inherited other things, so that shows the khalal, it shows the lack of gaining the full benefit of seeking knowledge. So the Salaf used to say, al-amal thamarat al-ilm. Al-amal thamarat al-ilm. That deeds are the fruits of knowledge. So if you are starting, you're there in Dar Al Hadeeth, make sure you're trying to pray Qiyam al-Layl. Make sure you don't miss witr. Just all your sunnahs, because you'll be in a blessed opportunity, blessed environment where you can make tafarruq fi talib al-ilm. You can seek knowledge. You're not doing anything else. You don't have to work. You don't have to go to school. Your school is to learn about qala Allah, qala Rasul. So when you have this fantastic opportunity, you need to make sure you're increasing your worship along with that, and that you're inheriting taqwa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because this is going to help you throughout your journey and throughout your life, because you can seek knowledge and then you can abandon knowledge. You can seek knowledge, you can abandon amal. There's so many pitfalls, because life, you're thinking about a short period of life. Maybe you stay there 5 years, maybe you stay there 10 years. That's a beautiful journey and a beautiful amount of knowledge that you acquire. What about 20 years from now, when the test in life befall you, when you're back in the West trying to do dawah, or wherever you're going to, that you have to be able to have the tools, the armory, to be able to fight against the shubahat and the shahwat, the desires and the doubtful issues. And so it's very important to try your best to practice knowledge, and remember that this journey is a journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So meaning, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man salaka tariqan yaltalmisuhu bihi ilman, sahala Allahu lahu bihi tariqan al-jannah." Whoever traverses the path of knowledge, Allah will make easy for him the path to paradise. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, to accept our good and forgive our evil. Bless us and you with tawfiq and ikhlas, وثبات على سنة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. May Allah تبارك وتعالى bless us all with علم نافع, رزقا طيب, وعملا متقبلا, وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد.